Okay, we have a human versus a night elf matchup on Autumn Leaves. At the bottom left, our green human, Fattymasker. He's currently sitting 2-2 in the group, decent position for playoff contention. So he'd really like to get a win here. But on the other side, our red night elf Wontu is currently sitting 4-0 within the group. So it could be a tough match. I do know that Wontu's statistics imply that human is one of his worst matchups though. It's sitting, last I checked, around 30-something%. So this could be a good matchup for our human. Yeah, we will see what they do. So far, so standard. I'm assuming we will likely see a keeper from Wontu looking to creep the close camp, and it is the keeper. Lately I've been experimenting myself with more of like this camp. I've tried this before, but it seems kind of bad. This camp's also pretty risky. Yeah, this one's the standard for sure because it's safe, quick, easy. And our human, also pretty standard. He is adding in a third farm, so no 2-farm tech here. Sometimes it can be indicative of an expansion play, but I don't think 3 farms exactly uncommon without expansions as well. Now if we get a 4th farm before the tech, that's when you can really be sure, hey, this is going to be an expansion. Yeah, I want to hero out, starting to get his creeping done. Didn't take too much damage on his archer. And going for treants right away. Usually this is a sign that they want to get a second set of treants out to creep a harder camp. So we will likely see him go to the gold mine. But maybe with the footman here, he will change his mind and just go to the green instead and deal with the footman. Human. Not an instant expo, just going for the, I believe this is the standard camp for them as well. But he is looking to expand now. He is continuing peasant production. I think he's, yeah, we got 4th farm. He's continuing peasant production. Actually going to go for the small green first though. Not sure if that's the right call, because elf will probably be there by the time he goes to his expansion now. We'll see if he gets punished for it, or if it's still fine. Yeah, another peasant coming. Should see him call another 5 to start to expand. Wontu is aware that the expo is going to be underway. A little slow on this creep. The treants timed out, I believe. Maybe they just died. And the footman still being annoying. We will see an entangle used on it. That will die. But this is plenty of time for our human. He's going to be, I believe, level 3 off this, and already done with the creep before the elf gets here. Wisp also late. It's going to check the wrong gold mine. So really good position for our human here so far. But Wontu not actually going for the harass. He's going for the creep. Likely to see a counter expansion and then harass. I think this is definitely very viable for the night elf, but with the human scanning this with the crystal ball he picked up, or actually this is not even level 3 for the human, he does need 1 small camp more. Yeah, with the crystal ball picked up and scanning this, when you know the elf has crept this, it's very likely that the human will start sending at least a footman there to harass. Maybe even pick up a Staff of Telly. We do see him trying to pick up something. Will it be dust? It is. No Staff of Telly and no boots though. Yeah, elf will get a bit of damage here on the peasants. Likely to kill at least 2 if he gets some more damage on this one. Yeah. Or no, it's already, yeah, it's already level 2 entangle. Footman also going to die to that entangle. But this will eventually be held off. And there is no counter expansion yet. So, fattymasker looking to get up his expo already, has it done. And has fought off the aggression without too many losses. Dust securing that kill. And the keeper currently dry on mana.
A player's forces are under attack.
And what's it gonna be? It is double lore. So likely a focus on dryads at first, converting into MGs. I think he's not a big fan of bears. I do think bears are superior at the start generally because of how much value you can get in rejuvenation while harassing. But I have seen a bit more of people going straight into MGs and finding that to work well too. Yeah, defend foodies coming in here. Will be hard to get kills, but the one thing that... Oh, he did get one kill here. But the one thing the defend foodies do is they drain all the moonwells by putting in lots of damage everywhere. And they also just delay the elf from hitting your expansion, so you can get an extra tower up. Oh, we do see some archer kills though. These elementals starting to put in work. One's an illusion actually. Wisp getting a little picked off there. Panda coming in. Now the elf can really start dealing damage. Human needs to be a little careful. Don't want that archmage to drop too low. But he has kind of accomplished a bit of what he wanted. All three moonwells are dry and the keeper is out of mana. So clarity, potion are going to be purchased. And elf won't be able to heal for quite a while until he starts getting bears out, but I don't know if he is going bears, and he does not even have tier 3 on the way. So I think this is still pretty good for our human. This footman though, I don't really know what he was doing. Took a little adventure to the wrong base there. Yeah, this is not realistically breakable anymore for the elf. And so we are going to have to see Wontu set up a counter expansion like 2 minutes ago. I mean, he can still just put one up now. He does have quite a few dryads though. So the goal for the elf is to kind of cut off the lanes where human units are traveling and just get pickoffs. There is only one tower though. Maybe he can do quite a bit of damage here. He shouldn't be able to break this if the human defends. Okay, the human is going to TP and defend. Lost one peasant, but gets an archer in return. Not a bad trade. However, losing the TP does hurt. Now there is some possibility the archmage gets focused. Do we have abolish yet? He's not using it yet. Oof. If there's no abolish, these water lilies still get a lot of value here. Fattymasker needs to be a little careful with traveling too far though. You don't want to get your archmage cut out here and then focused on. But so far the footmen have been doing the tanking. That's definitely what you want. Reflecting some of those spears on the dryads, very powerful when they start slowing themselves. This dryad trying to sprint away, but what do you know? Got hit by that slow poison. Can't run now. Footman nicely being microed back. One will get picked off. Yeah, now we got a whole army of elementals. Where's your abolish Wontu? Oh no, it's still going? He hasn't finished it yet either. I think he queued up an extra set of dryads he wasn't supposed to. Because this was definitely supposed to be... Like usually if you're doing this you want like 2 dryads and then 1 dryad plus abolish on the next one. But I think he went 2 dryads, then another 2 dryads, and then dryad abolish. So it's a bit slow. These water elementals getting a lot more work done than you would like to see against you. And some focus fire. Panda dropping low, has to be microed back. But this damage on the units earlier that drained the wells, Wontu just doesn't have effective healing here. And he's just getting overrun by a simple footman rifle push. Oof. Oof. And that's where that footman pressure can really pay off. If you can find another harass timing afterwards, the elf will have to scrounge around with their shop, buying lots of potions, maybe moonstone, clarities. Yeah, I just died too quickly there. Didn't have any healing on his wells. And the fattymasker takes the quick win. I don't think fattymasker's expansion really even paid off much. That could have just been a one base and looked pretty similar as well. So fairly convincing win in the first game from our human player. Maybe the same game name? Oh, yeah, Wontu says he walked over and canceled his abolish somehow on accident. So that's probably why it was late. It was an accident. He did not mean to have it so late. And yeah, that hurt him a lot. If he managed to abolish all those elementals, maybe he loses a bit less. Also, his panda takes less damage and he gets more XP. It would have made a huge difference. Yeah, slip-ups against an expansion play can really hurt you. They can snowball out of control quickly when the opponent is just starting to pump tons of units. And that's what we saw. fattymasker starting to pump out multiple rifles and just pressured across the map with some elementals that didn't end up being abolished with the late abolish research. Okay, and it looks like our second map is going to be Tidehunters. This map definitely being a lot more common these days. And I think it's an overall decent map. Like, more decent than what I thought at first. There's still a few things I don't like. These gold mines should probably be a little more difficult. And this red should probably be slightly more difficult as well. Or just not even be labeled as a red and take one or two of the level 3 murlocs away or something. I don't know. Because it doesn't... I believe this red actually has a smaller... like a loot... how to describe it? The items from this camp are like one tier lower, I believe, than this camp. Like, this camp has the auras, such as War Song, Unholy Aura, whatever. But this one is one tier lower, I believe. Okay. At the top left, our Night Elf going once again for standard build, Keeper. And I think he will likely go to his gold mine second, but we will see. And Lalayet has shown, and I'm sure other people have figured out as well, that I believe you can wisp pull this to deny the healing and the slow. I don't believe it's a common practice right now, but I do believe it works.
A player's force
Our human, on the other hand, also pretty standard. Third farm again. Keep eye if he puts up that fourth farm as well and goes for an expo. He is sending a footman to harass across. And yeah, the early treants here should definitely signify creeping the gold mine next. The goal being to have 2 sets of treants when you start creeping it. Did he kill something already? Is this level 2 normally? I could have swore this was like only 180 XP or something. Yeah, fattymasker's at 106. Oh, he detonated a water elemental. I didn't see it. Yeah, he detonated a water alley and got an extra 42 XP or something. The both sides just creeping. Fattymasker once again going for the slower expansion
A player's forces are under
with
attack.
a priority on getting a bit more XP first so that he can be around level 3 when the expansion actually goes off. I do think with this route, after you creep the gold mine, you do need an extra green after. So this won't be level 3, but it will be close. Especially with that extra wisp kill. And yeah, Wontu looking to likely go for his counter expo. The creep route I expected.
Are under attack.
And actually manages to tuck the tree in the back. It did cost quite a bit of mana on all these treants. He will go to his base to replenish. But we might see a little run by from both sides here. Okay, Fattymasker going for his level 3 first, just wants to secure that. And I don't blame him.
Town is under
He doesn't need the full camp to get it. You can just get the item and then I think one more creep. Yeah, one more creep. Or actually it's not even an item, it's just a tome. But Wontu is here. And he has his own counter expo. It is scouted though. Very nice scouting by Fattymasker. Keeper is only level 2, but if we see some detonates here... Oh, one water elemental expired before the deto. That extra XP would have been huge. Our Night Elf doing his best he can to put in some damage. But Fattymasker, some nice micro overall, has 3 footmen, quite weak in the back, and is just relying on his hero plus water elemental now. And eventually Wontu is going to have to back up and heal again. He doesn't have much mana.
a town.
Might lose. Oh no. Might lose some archers here. Little miss micro out of the hide. But he is level 3 now.
A player's forces are
And if
under
he can
attack.
find these footmen, I don't think he will, but if he could, he actually wants to keep up the pressure. It is level 2 entangle, not treants, and there is a tower up. So, oh my god. I didn't even see Fattymasker sent a second footman and canceled this. Did he kill it? I don't know. Staff of Telly or our Archmage. And Wontu in a rough spot now. Fattymasker doing this really well. Getting that expansion cancel is huge. He's level 3, so the Archmage can defend really well by himself and his elementals. Might even see entangles start to be used on the
Player's
elementals.
forces are under attack.
Wontu needs to be a little careful or he will lose these archers. Okay, he decides to just deny it rather than block the Archmage off. Yeah, footman going to town on the wisps here. We see a single huntress. Likely just wants a little bit of extra normal damage against these defend footies. There can be some value in it, but the risk is always, of course, the water elementals just being way too good against huntresses. So you really need to take out these water elementals before your huntress starts getting focused. One expires, other one going to get detonated, I believe. Oh, we actually, a little miss micro there. This water elemental still going to town. And Wontu is taking a lot of damage here. His moonwells are dry. His expansion got cancelled. Fattymasker with the dust once again to pick off the archer. Our human looking strong. And there's not another entangle until he starts using his wells again. He actually just calls the GG. Fattymasker with the quick 2-0.